Hey, what's up guys? And welcome back in to the garage. Now in today's video, I'm gonna be showing you guys how to upgrade the interior lighting of your third generation 4Runner to LED lights. And in this video, you're gonna see me swap out some old worn out LEDs that I have for some brand new ones that I purchased on superbrightleds.com. I'm gonna leave a link in the description of this video to that website and also tell you guys exactly what bulbs that I used in the description of the video so it can help you save some time and get to the right place. I gotta be honest, for $20 to $25, this is a no-brainer upgrade, and I hope you guys stick around to the end of the video to see the after results because in person, it's fantastic. It really upgraded this old 25-year-old vehicle and made it look a lot more modern and just more fitting for where I want to go with this vehicle. So if you guys are still stuck in the old ages with the stock OEM bulbs, or like me, have some old LEDs, absolutely take the time and the very little money it takes to do this upgrade on your own to your rig, and I promise you, you're going to be absolutely thrilled with the results. Thank you guys so much for the likes, the subscriptions, and the comments. I appreciate you tuning in for another video. I'll see you guys next time. So guys, this is the before. These are LED bulbs that I purchased a couple of years ago and have been in the 4Runner now for a couple of years off of eBay, just some no-namers. And they were definitely an improvement over the stock bulbs, but I'll tell you, they're not that bright. And the video right now, just looking at my screen, they're actually coming across very bright, which is interesting because in person, if you were standing here with me, it does not come across this bright at all. It actually looks almost like it's washed out, almost faded white light, if you will. And to be honest, it's just not very good. It's hard to see in the vehicle. And that might be surprising to you guys looking at this video, but you're just gonna have to trust me. So I'm looking forward to see what the new LEDs that I got are able to do. If there is an improvement, I purchased them from Super Bright LEDs. I'll include a link to their website in the description of the video. The bulbs from Super Bright LEDs were actually quite affordable. Shipping was fast, so I was very happy with it. So tonight we're gonna let this roll, and then tomorrow during the day, we'll show you guys how to replace all these bulbs, and then come around tomorrow night to get a nice after shot to see if it actually is better, either in video or in person. So we'll see you guys in the morning. All right, so here's our box that we received from superbrightleds.com. These are the bulbs I've chosen to go with only because I've seen a lot of really good reviews online about the quality of their bulbs, and also, like I said, very cost efficient. So as we unbox this here, nice little card there from the company. We are replacing all of our overhead bulbs in the 4Runner today, along with the glove box bulbs. So these are the BA95s. These are going to be your map lights. This is the 74, which is going to be for our glove box. And then these two, the FSTN 27 SMD 31 millimeter, these are going to be for your overheads, both in your rear cargo compartment and the main overhead for your 4Runner between the passenger rear and the driver's side area. So pretty simple there. And of course, that's our receipt. So nice packaging from Super Bright LEDs. And I like the packaging here that they brought in here. So this should go pretty quick and easy, guys. Just wanted to give you a look here at the bulbs as they were shipped. So let's get over to the 4Runner and change these out. All right, so we're gonna start on the rear compartment of our cargo area on our 4Runner. I'm using this body pry tool, which comes in the same kit as this pick tool here. So if you guys are interested, you can get all of this in the same kit. And on this one, we're gonna be coming to this little notched out area on the lens. And you just wanna go in here with some pressure, push in, and that'll pop that out. Once you have that lens out, then you can see the LED bulb here that I have in currently, which again was just a cheap version I got off of eBay. So we're gonna come in here using our same tool and just pry that one out. Now that's out, let's get our Super Bright LED open and we'll replace it and see how that one looks. Wanted to show you guys a quick comparison of the cheap eBay version LED, which is on top, and the Super Bright LED, which is on bottom. At first glance, you can see just how many more LEDs are packed in to the LED from Super Bright LEDs. So I think just automatically we're gonna have a much better light output, which is exactly what we're going for. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do to make the installation easier with this bulb, because it's quite difficult to just float it up into this gap here without losing the bulb, is to remove these 4 screws here that hold our overhead light assembly in place. There we go. And now that that's out, we can just squeeze that connector there and take it out. All right, now that you have the overhead assembly out, it's going to make it simpler to get your bulb in place. You see these metal tabs here essentially have these slots with a circle. Each one of our pointed ends are going to be placed inside of one of those circles. So I'm going to go from the back side here, and it just holds, the bulb holds itself in with pressure. There we go. So as you can see, like I said, the bulb holds itself in just like that with pressure from both of those points. And that looks good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to hook it back up to its electrical connection to make sure that this bulb is placed in the right direction. We don't need to flip it around, and make sure the light comes on. All right, so we're ready to plug up and see if we've got this done right. The key is in the ignition, so we should see some good results. There we go. Yeah, definitely, man, nice and bright compared to that last one. So now that we know we got it plugged in right, we'll turn it off, and let's go ahead and get the screws in. All right, making sure you stay nice and lined up on your screws as you're going back in with them here. All right, now that we got our 4 screws back, it's as simple as putting our lens back on. You want to go in on this side and push in on that side, and we're all set. Very nice. Can't wait to see what it looks like at nighttime. Let's move up to the middle overhead area and get that one done. All right, so we're here now at the middle overhead between our rear passenger and our driver. So we're going to take our pry tool here and stick it into the gap right there that's between that switch and pry that out. And once that's out of place, we can go ahead and take our old bulb out. We're going to do this one the exact same way that we did our last. We're going to take these screws out here and bring it out of the headliner to make it easier to put the light bulb in. All right, now that we just unplugged that connection there, I'm going to go off camera and do the same thing I did last time by putting our new bulb in. All right, so we have our bulb placed into the socket area, and we're gonna plug it up here, and we have the key in the ignition again. And so if I turn the switch here, absolutely, definitely works. So we know we are all set. So all we gotta do is set it back into place here and get these screws back into the appropriate location. All right, let's get the second screw placed in here. Tighten them up there. All right, so now we're gonna put our cover on, and all you gotta do is put these 2 little tab locations inside the slots, snap it, and there we are. We're all set. Now let's move on to our map lights up front. All right, so now we're ready to attack these 2 map lights on the front. And so there's 2 little indentions, one on the left and one on the right. I have this little pick tool here that we're going to use to get in these little indentions and pry outwards. That brings that screen out just like the rest of the screens. And our map lights are actually inserted here and here. And we'll show you a better view of that and how they get installed here. So there's a view of the current LEDs that are placed inside of the map light. Now to get these out, you just twist and rotate them and then pull them out of that socket. You can see that little area that it travels along right there on the left of each base. So we're going to twist these out, pull them, and then we'll insert the new LEDs in the exact opposite order. All right, so on these, what we're going to do is we're going to push down on the bulb, rotate it, and then pull out. Kind of like how you would see when you're taking out a battery, like a AA battery. So you push, rotate, and pull out. Now we're gonna get our new bulbs, and they come with that little notch right there, that little bump out. That goes inside of that slot. You'll be able to see it on your own rig pretty easily. So you just fish it in there, push, rotate upwards towards the right, and we'll do the same with this one. Here we go. So we got both of them installed, and they both work. And we're going to take this opportunity to clean off the lens to get any dust or anything off before we put it back on. And then the installation is opposite. Take it out. There we go. All right, we got all of our LEDs installed now. And so we're going to wait until nighttime comes along. We're going to give you guys a walkthrough since you have the before walkthrough earlier in the video. And hopefully we're going to see a nice improvement in visibility at night in the interior of our 4Runner. So guys, here we are at night, and let me just tell you, it is an absolutely incredible difference in person with these super bright LEDs installed into the 3rd Gen 4Runner. I hope that the before and after comes through on video, because in person, it is night and day. Now, if you recall in the before shot, I told you that whether it was coming across or not, it was really, really dull light in my 4Runner. I can't even begin to describe to you how dull it really was. Like I said, I couldn't even really see that well while driving down the road if somebody turned the light on to try to look for something in the vehicle. But these super bright LEDs are, well, they live up to their name. They're super bright. And that's what we want. You know, for the cost of about, I'd say about $20, $25, what an incredible improvement. So if you guys are still suffering through the halogens of stock, or potentially even maybe like me, some old LEDs that just are cheapos and not doing a good job, man, do yourself a favor, invest $20 or so with shipping and improve the lighting of the interior of your 3rd generation 4Runner. This looks absolutely fantastic, and for such an easy and quick modification, it's worth it. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I hope this video helps you, and I hope it helps you to improve the interior lighting of your 3rd generation 4Runner or vehicle of choice. Check out superbrightleds.com. And as always, thank you so much for the likes, the subscriptions, and the comments. Come back next time for our next video. And as always, I appreciate you guys. Later.